Good day, everyone. So, another important lesson in management information system is managing knowledge. It has become an important theme at many large business firms as managers realize the value it can provide when managed properly. By the way, I'm Arian P. Mendoza, your presenter for today's topic. After discussing this whole chapter, we should be able to answer the following questions about knowledge management. Number one, what is the role of knowledge management and knowledge management programs in business? Number two, what types of systems are used for enterprise-wide knowledge management and how do they provide value for businesses? Three, what are the major types of knowledge work systems and how do they provide value for firms? And finally, what are the business benefits of using intelligent techniques for knowledge management? So first of all, what is knowledge? According to Merriam-Webster, knowledge is the fact or condition of knowing something with familiarity gained through experience or association. There are two kinds of knowledge. The first is the tacit knowledge or the knowledge residing in the minds of the employees that has not been documented. The second one is the explicit knowledge or the knowledge that has been documented either through email, voicemails, graphics, reports, or presentations. So knowledge is both an individual attribute and a collective attribute of the firm. Like humans, organizations create and gather knowledge through the following learning mechanism. So it can be from the collection of data, from careful measurement of planned activities, from trial and error, from feedback from customer and the environment in general, and also from the organization's experiences. So an organization that learn to adjust their behavior and create new business processes to reflect that learning and decision making is called the organizational learning. Because knowledge that cannot be communicated and shared with others is nearly useless. Knowledge becomes useful and actionable when shared throughout the firm. So that is why knowledge management and collaboration systems are among the fastest growing areas of corporate and government software investments, which is used already in economics, management, and information system fields. So now let us define knowledge management. Knowledge management refers to the set of business processes developed in an organization to create, store, transfer, and apply knowledge. It increases the ability of the organization to learn from its environment and to incorporate knowledge into its business processes. We have here the knowledge management value chain, which illustrates that in each stage in the value chain adds value to raw data and information as they are transformed into usable knowledge. An organization must organize and manage the various processes in this value chain in order to increase the efficiency of the production of the knowledge needed in the firm. The first stage in the knowledge management value chain is the knowledge acquisition. In this stage, organizations acquire knowledge in a number of ways depending on the type of knowledge they seek. Organizations acquire from corporate repositories of documents such as reports, presentations, and best practices. This also includes unstructured documents such as emails. In other cases, organizations develop an online expert network so that employees can find the expert in the company who has the knowledge in his or her head. The next one is the knowledge storage. Once knowledge has been discovered or acquired, it must be stored so that they can be retrieved and used by the employees. Knowledge storage generally involves the creation of databases, while expert system also helps corporation preserve the knowledge that is acquired by incorporating that knowledge into organizational processes and culture. The third stage in this value chain is the knowledge dissemination. Organizations disseminate the knowledge acquired through portals, emails, instant messaging, social networks, and search engine technologies. Managers and employees usually want to focus only on those knowledge and information important for their decision making and their work. So they conduct training programs, informal networks, and support groups to disseminate the knowledge they need or relevant to their functions. Lastly, the knowledge application. Regardless of what type of knowledge management system is involved, knowledge that is not shared and applied to the practical problems facing the firms and managers does not add value to the business. Management support this process by creating, based on knowledge, new business practices, new products and services, and new market for the firms. There are essentially three major types of knowledge management systems that we will discuss in this chapter. First is the enterprise-wide knowledge management system. Next is the knowledge work systems. And lastly, the intelligent techniques. Let's first discuss the first type of knowledge management system, which is the enterprise-wide knowledge management system. So firms must deal with at least three kinds of knowledge. First is the structured knowledge, or the knowledge which exists within the firm in the form of structured text documents, such as reports and presentations. Next one is the semi-structured knowledge, such as emails, voicemails, chat room exchanges, videos, digital pictures, brochures, or bulletin board postings. Lastly, the unstructured knowledge, which is no formal or digital information of any kind, and that the knowledge resides in the heads of the employees. The enterprise-wide knowledge management system have capabilities of capturing, storage, retrieval, distribution, and preservation of structured and unstructured knowledge to help firms improve their business processes and decisions. In an enterprise content management system, helps organization manage both types of informations. This is an example of an enterprise content management system. In this system, the structured or semi-structured knowledge in the form of reports, memos, presentations, emails, videos, news feeds from the users are created and captured, tagged, stored in a unified repository, managed, and later on distributed and published for the use in the work of the employees and in the decision-making of the managers of the firm. However, there are cases that arises when the appropriate knowledge is not in the form of a digital document, but instead resides in the memory of the expert individual in the firm. This problem is addressed by the knowledge network system. A knowledge network maintains a database of firms, experts, as well as accepted solutions to known problems, and then facilitate the communication between employees looking for knowledge and experts who have that knowledge. Example of this is the frequently asked questions, in which solutions developed by experts are stored in a knowledge database, or the Ask Me, which provides standalone knowledge network software. The second type of knowledge management system is the knowledge work systems. Firms also have specialized systems for knowledge workers to help them create new knowledge and to ensure that this knowledge is properly integrated into the business. So first, who are the knowledge workers? Knowledge workers includes researchers, designers, architects, scientists, and engineers who primarily create organizational knowledge and information. They are usually have high levels of education and memberships in professional organizations and are often asked to exercise independent judgment as a routine aspect of their work. Knowledge workers also require highly specialized knowledge work systems with powerful graphics, analytical tools, and communications and document management capabilities. So here are some examples of knowledge work system that we are all familiar with. First is the computer-aided design or the CAD, which automates the creation and revision of designs using computers and sophisticated graphics softwares. So using CAD, the designer need only make a physical prototype toward the end of the design process because the design can be easily tested and changed on the computer. The ability of CAD software to provide design specification for the tooling and manufacturing processes also saves a great deal of time and money while producing a manufacturing process with far fewer problems. Another example is the virtual reality systems, which have a visualization, rendering, and simulation capabilities that go beyond those of conventional CAD systems. They use interactive graphics software to create computer-generated simulations that are so close to reality that users almost believe that they are participating in a real-world situation. The next example is the augmented reality or AR. It is a related technology for enhancing visualization. AR provides a live direct or indirect view of a physical real-world environment whose elements are augmented by virtual computer-generated imagery. In AR, a virtual environment is designed to coexist with the real environment, with the goal of being informative and providing additional data about the real world which a user can access without having to do a research. For example, a user can point their phones at any buildings, and within seconds, the phone displays the property value per square meter and a small photo of the property along with the live image of the building streamed through the phone's camera. So what is the difference between virtual reality versus augmented reality? VR or virtual reality is a computer-generated, interactive, three-dimensional environment in which people become immersed. VR requires the use of a headset or a goggles. So we are very familiar with this kasi there are malls who offers this kind of technology wherein as if you are in that scene in which you are watching or in which it shows in the goggles. While the augmented reality or the AR, users of augmented reality tools maintains a presence in the real world. AR is adding digital enhancement to an existing reality on a scene or place using your smartphones or computers. So AR does not require or use a headset or goggles. You just point your phones or your computer in a specific place or thing, and then AR enhance that and add additional information about the subject. Lastly, if engineers and architects use CAD, VR, or AR, in financial sector, they use investment workstations. It is used to leverage the knowledge and time of its brokers, traders, and portfolio managers. By providing one-stop information faster and with fewer errors, the workstation streamlined the entire investment process from stock selections to updating client records. So finally, to summarize the examples of knowledge work systems, here is table 11-2. So for knowledge work system and its function in the organization. So for CAD, it provides engineers, designers, and factory managers with precise control over industrial designs and manufacturing. For virtual reality systems, including the augmented reality system, they provide drug designers, architects, engineers, and medical workers with precise, photorealistic simulations of objects. While for investment workstations, they have high-end PCs used in the financial sectors to analyze trading situation instantaneously and facilitate portfolio management. The third and final type of knowledge management system is the intelligent techniques. So there are 8 types of intelligent techniques, which includes artificial intelligence, expert systems, case-based reasoning, fuzzy logic systems, neural networks, generic algorithms, hybrid AI system, and the intelligent agents, each of which will be discussed in the following slides. So, what is the use of intelligent techniques? It is used for capturing individual and collective knowledge, capturing tacit knowledge, knowledge discovery or discovering underlying hidden patterns in a dataset, generating solutions to highly complex problems, and automating routine tasks using intelligent agents. So the first type of intelligence technique is the artificial intelligence or the AI. AI is the effort to develop computer-based systems, both hardware and software, that behave like humans, with the ability to learn languages, accomplish physical tasks, use a perpetual apparatus, and emulate human expertise and decision-making. We are very familiar with this one since some well-known fast food chains and restaurants are already using this kind of technology. Like for example, they're already using robots, a service crew who has the ability to accomplish tasks like the preparation and serving of food and cleaning. However, AI does not have emotions and common sense like humans do. It needs to be updated manually since it does not learn on its own and does not have human-like decision-making power. So the next type is the expert system. An expert system is an AI software that uses knowledge stored in a knowledge base to solve problems that would usually require a human expert, thus preserving a human expert's knowledge in its knowledge base. So there are 3 components of expert system. The first component is the knowledge base. It consists of knowledge in a particular domain as well as rules to solve a problem, procedures, and intrinsic data relevant to the domain. The second component of expert system is the inference engine. The function of the inference engine is to fetch the relevant knowledge from the knowledge base, interpret it, and to find a solution relevant to the user's problem. The third component of an expert system is the user interface. This module makes it possible for a non-expert user to interact with the expert system and find a solution to the problem. The third type of intelligent technique is the case-based reasoning, or the CBR. So how does CBR works? So first, the users describe the problem. Then the system searches database for similar cases. The system asks users additional questions to narrow the search. And then the system finds closest fit and retrieves solution. Then the system modifies the solution to better fit the problem. If it's successful, the system stores the problem and successful solution in the case database. If it's not, the system will then again modify the solution to better fit the problem and come up with a better answer. So you'll find case-based reasoning in diagnostic systems, in medicine or customer supports, where user can retrieve past cases whose characteristics are similar to the new case. The system suggests a solution or diagnosis based on the best matching retrieved case. Next is the fuzzy logic system. Fuzzy logic is a rule-based technology that can represent such imprecision by creating rules that use approximate or subjective values. It can describe a particular phenomenon or process linguistically and then represent that description in a small number of flexible rules. Fuzzy logic is a method of reasoning that resembles human reasoning. The approach of FL imitates the decision-making in humans that involves all intermediate possibilities between digital values of yes or no. For example, for a question, is it hot water? Through fuzzy logic, the answer is more than the usual yes or no. So it can be described as very hot, little, or very less hot as represented by numerical values. So the fifth type of intelligence technique is the neural networks. Neural networks are used for solving complex, poorly understood problems for which large amounts of data have been collected. They find patterns and relationships in massive amounts of data that would be too complicated and difficult for a human being to analyze. A neural network uses rules it learns from patterns in data to construct a hidden layer of logic. The hidden layer then processes inputs, classifying them based on the experience of the model. For example, the neural network has been trained to distinguish between valid and fraudulent credit card purchases by monitoring all transactions for sudden changes in the buying patterns of the cardholder. Neural network applications in medicine, science, and business addresses problems in patterns classifications, predictions, financial analysis, and control and optimization. Next is the genetical algorithms. These are useful for finding the optimal solution for a specific problem by examining a very large number of possible solutions for that problem. Genetic algorithms follow the idea of survival of the fittest. Better and better solutions evolve from previous generations until a near optimal solution is obtained. So this is an example of a genetic algorithm. This example illustrates an initial population of chromosomes, each representing a different solution. The genetic algorithm uses an iterative process to refine the initial solutions so that the better ones, those with the higher fitness, are more likely to emerge as the best solution. The next one is the hybrid AI systems. It is a combination of genetic algorithms, fuzzy logic, neural networks, and expert system which can be integrated into a single application to take advantage of the best features of these technologies. Lastly, intelligent agents. Intelligent agents are software programs that work in the background without direct human intervention to carry out specific repetitive and predictable tasks for an individual users, business processes, or software applications. An example of this is the wizard found in Microsoft Office software tools, which has a built-in capabilities to show users how to accomplish various tasks such as formatting documents or creating graphs, and to anticipate when users need assistance. And finally, to summarize and differentiate the three types of knowledge management system, here is figure 11-2. For enterprise-wide knowledge management system, it is a general purpose. Its efforts is to collect, store, disseminate, and use digital content and knowledge. An example of this is enterprise content management systems, collaboration tools, learning management system, and the knowledge network systems. Next type is the knowledge work system. This specializes in workstations and systems that enable scientists, engineers, and other knowledge workers to create and discover new knowledge. An example of this is the CAD, 3D virtualization, virtual reality, investments workstations. And finally, the last type is the intelligence technique, tools for discovering patterns and applying knowledge to discrete decisions and knowledge domains. An example of this is that data mining, neural networks, expert systems, case-based reasonings, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithms, and lastly, the intelligent agents. That's it for Chapter 11. I hope that we learn and understand the three types of knowledge management system and how they can add value in business firms. Thank you and God bless.